Welcome to the BR-1180 Turbo Start video. This video is designed to help you with some of the basic operations of the 1180. Although it's really very easy to use, the BR-1180 has lots of features designed to help you make professional sounding CDs of your music. You can have a great time recording lots of different guitar or vocal takes on different virtual tracks. Use the BR-1180's world-class effects like Cosm amp or mic models. Use scenes to try different mix and processing ideas and compare them at the touch of a button. Import professionally recorded drum sounds from CD to give your music some phenomenal rhythm tracks. And after you've finished, mix your song using the mastering toolkit to make it sound punchy and powerful. Finally, burn your mix to a great sounding CD. All of these tools to help you make great sounding music are right at your fingertips inside the BR-1180. In this video, we'll cover topics such as recording, using effects, mixing, and using the CD burner in the BR-1180CD. For information not covered in this video, please refer to the owner's manual for the BR-1180. We'll begin with one of the demo songs already recorded in the 1180. The demo songs have been saved using a Song Protect feature, so you won't be able to save any of the changes you make if you experiment. But that way you can experiment as much as you want to learn your way around the 1180. We'll use the song Superficial IQ. To load this song, press Utility, Cursor to Song, press Enter, Cursor to Select, and then press Enter. Use the up cursor to select Superficial IQ, press Enter. The display may show Reload Current. If it does, press Enter. The song will take a moment to load. Bring the master fader all the way down. Bring each of the track faders up to the darkened area. Press play. Slowly raise the master fader to the darkened area. As the song plays, use the individual track faders to adjust the balance in the mix of the song.
For the mind again.
Let's take a look at the information in the BR-1180's display. In the top of the display, you'll find the marker number, measure and beat, and elapsed time. The current marker name also appears and the current song name is there as well. The padlock icon indicates the song is protected, so you won't be able to save any changes. The meters show audio levels recorded on each track, and in the bottom left, you can find the total remaining recording time on the hard drive. As the song is playing, you can press the 0 button to return to the beginning instantly. Press Search Forward to advance to the next marker. Press Search Back to jump to the previous marker. Notice the marker name in the LCD. You can enter markers just by pressing the Mark button, and you can do this while the system is playing, or you can do it while it's stopped. The original drum tracks recorded with this song appear on tracks 7 and 8, but this song also has a matching drum track in the rhythm guide. Press the on-off button for the rhythm guide once, so it begins blinking. This means it will only sound when you press play. Pull the faders for tracks 7 and 8 down, which are the original rhythm tracks, and then press play. The rhythm guide begins at measure 5. Adjust the fader for the rhythm guide to change the level of the internal drum sounds.
For the mind again.
To change the drum kit, press Edit. Cursor to STD1. Use the dial to scroll through the different drum kits. You can do this as the song is playing.
For the mind again, they will. For the mind
When finished, press Exit. Use the demo song to experiment with the BR-1180's digital mixer tools. This includes panning, EQ, V-tracks, and scenes. Let's learn how to use them. For panning, press the Pan button. Use the left and right cursors to select the track to be panned. Or you can just touch the track button under the fader. Use the dial to change the panning position. This changes the position of the instrument in the stereo field. The EQ section lets you change the tone of each instrument or track individually. Press EQ. Press the track button under the fader to choose the track. Use the up-down cursors and turn the dial to make settings. This demo song is protected, so you won't be able to save any of the changes you've made. But under normal situations where you're working on your own song, all the mixer settings are automatically saved when you save your song. We'll cover that later in this video. Each of the BR-1180's tracks has 8 layers that you can record on called V-tracks. You can choose just one V-track at a time for playback. To select a V-track, press the V-track button, cursor to the track, and then use the dial to select a different V-track. You can save 8 different mixes or versions of your song. These different mixes are called scenes, and you can recall them instantly. A scene recalls all mixer settings including V-tracks, EQ, panning, and effect settings. Scenes are great for comparing different mix ideas. Press Utility. Cursor to Scene and press Enter. Use the dial to select a scene number. Cursor to Save and press Enter. To recall a scene, use the dial to select a scene number. Cursor to Call and press Enter. And to delete a scene, use the dial to select the scene number. Cursor to Delete and then press Enter. Press Exit to return to the main display. In some cases, while you're working on your song, you may want to temporarily mute individual tracks as you're making settings to other tracks. Here's how to mute a track. Press and hold Track Mute and press a green track button. The button will begin blinking, which means that the track is now muted. Press and hold Track Mute and press the track button again to unmute it. Now let's try recording a new song. First, we'll create a new song. Press Utility, cursor to Song, and press Enter. Cursor to New, and then press Enter. Cursor down to Go, and press Enter again. The display asks Save Current, press Exit for No. You may want to use the rhythm guide to help you keep time as you play. Press Edit above the rhythm guide fader. Press the on-off button once so that it is blinking. This means the rhythm guide will only sound after you press play. Press play. Make sure the fader for the rhythm guide is up. Cursor to BPM and use the dial to set this to a slower tempo. Cursor to drum kit and use the dial to choose a different drum kit. We'll cover more detail about using the rhythm guide a bit later in this video. Press Exit to return to the main screen. For our first recording example, we'll record a guitar plugged into the dedicated guitar input on the back. Adjust the sensitivity knob while playing the guitar until the peak indicator flashes. Then turn it down a bit. Press the Input Select button for the guitar input. Turn the input level knob up to about 12 o'clock. To record some effects on the guitar, press the Effects button, cursor to the patch selection area, and dial in P37. We'll talk more about effects later. The track button under Fader 1 is blinking red, which means that you can start recording on track 1. To choose a different track to record on, simply press a different track button. It begins flashing red also. Bring the track fader up to the darkened area. Bring the master fader up also to the darkened area. Play the guitar and look for the input level in the display. Slowly adjust the input level knob so the meter reaches around the 4 level in the display. As you play, keep a close eye on the meters. Avoid letting the meter hit the top of the display. This could cause your track to sound distorted. Adjust the input level knob to keep this from happening. Press play. You can practice along with the rhythm guide before you begin recording. Use the faders to adjust the balance between the guitar and the rhythm guide. Press 0 to rewind to the top. Press the main record button and it will begin flashing red. Press play to begin recording. Press stop, then press 0 to rewind to the beginning, and then play to hear the track you just recorded. Once you've recorded one track, you can record another part on a different track while listening to the first track. This is called overdubbing. Simply pick a different track to record on by pressing the track select button. Press play. Use the fader for the first recorded track to adjust the balance between the recorded guitar and your new live guitar part. When you're ready to record, simply press 0 to rewind to the top, press record, and then play. Another way to record is called punching in and out. This is a good way to record as it lets you fix mistakes quickly. You can replace part of a recorded track without having to redo the entire track. If you're punching in on a track that already has been recorded on, you'll hear the old recording up until the moment you punch in. Then you'll begin hearing the new recording. Pick the track to record on by pressing the track button. It will begin blinking orange and green. Press 0 to rewind to the top. Press play. Just before you reach the part of the song for the new recording to take over, press the main record button. The recording starts immediately. At the end of the section, press the record button again. The song continues to play, but the recording will stop. Press 0, then play to hear your results. If you make a goof while recording, use the undo command to cancel the recording or to cancel any track edit. Undo only applies to actual recording, including punch-ins, bouncing, mastering, and track editing. The undo command cannot be used to undo things like mixer settings or EQ changes. Press undo. Cursor to undo and press enter. To cancel your undo, press undo again. Cursor to redo and press enter. This next section explains phantom power, including when and why to use it and how to turn it on. Certain types of microphones called condenser mics need a special power supply before they will work. This power supply is called phantom power, and the BR-1180 has it built in. Before you can use a condenser microphone, you must turn the phantom power on. If you're only using dynamic mics, you don't need to turn the phantom power on. And here's how to turn the phantom power on. First, lower the master fader all the way, and then turn down the sensitivity knobs. Press Utility, cursor to System, and press Enter. Cursor to Phantom, then use the dial to set this to on. Phantom power is supplied to both mic 1 and mic 2. You cannot make different phantom power settings for mic 1 and mic 2. Here's something important to remember about phantom power. Every time you turn off the BR-1180, phantom power also turns off. So you'll need to turn phantom power on each time you want to use the condenser mic. When you select a different song or turn the power to the BR-1180 off, you'll see the message, Save Current. The BR-1180 will save the following information with each song: all recorded tracks, including all recorded V tracks, insert effect patch settings, mastering toolkit song patches, speaker modeling song patches, mixer settings, rhythm arrangements, and loop phrase sequences. Typically, press Enter when you see the message, Save Current. This message appears when you change songs, create a new song, or turn the power to the BR-1180 off. If you're working on a song for a prolonged time, it's a good idea to save the song as you go along. This will help prevent the loss of recorded tracks and mixer settings from unexpected power outages or brownouts. To save your song without powering down, press Utility, cursor to Song, and press Enter. Cursor to Store, and press Enter. The display will ask Save Current, press Enter. Let's learn more about using the rhythm guide in the BR-1180. The rhythm guide includes a full-featured drum machine and sequencer. You can choose from 9 different drum kits and over 350 patterns to assemble your own rhythm track. You can even make your own patterns. When you create a new song, a short rhythm arrangement is already in place for you to play along with. A rhythm arrangement is simply a collection of patterns and song sections organized measure by measure. Press Edit above the rhythm loop fader. Cursor to the pattern number in the Arrange box and use the dial to select a pre-arranged rhythm track. Press the On-Off button once so it blinks. Press Play. To try a different arrangement, press Stop and then use the dial to select a different number. Press Play to hear it. Once you've found a rhythm arrangement you like, cursor to BPM to adjust the tempo. You can also use the dial to select and try out different drum kits. You can also tap the tempo in by using the tap button below the rhythm arrange fader. To make changes to a rhythm arrangement, cursor to Edit, then press Enter. Press 0 to rewind to the beginning of the song. For each section of your song, use the cursors and dial to choose a pattern number, a section, and how many measures you want the section to play. Select P for a preset rhythm. Dial in the pattern number, cursor to the song form and choose In for intro, V for verse, F for fill, or end. Press the fast forward button to advance to the next measure. Continue for the duration of your song. When finished, press 0 to rewind to the beginning, then press play. In this next section, we'll learn about using the 4 effects processors in the BR-1180. These include the Cosm effects, the 2-loop effects, and the mastering toolkit. The insert effects, including Cosm effects, are designed to be applied to a guitar, microphone, or instrument as it's being recorded. This effect will normally be printed with the track, that is, the sound will become a permanent part of the track. Of course, with the BR-1180, you can also record the track dry without the effect while still listening to the processed sound. You can also apply an insert effect to a track that has already been recorded. When you choose an input for recording, 2 things happen. First, the Cosm effect is turned on automatically, and second, the type of effect is automatically selected depending on whether you choose a guitar input or a mic input. Notice the Effects button is lit. That means the effect is on. Use the dial to change the effect preset. Press the Effects button. Notice each time you press it, the effect switch changes from on to off to on again. This is a good way to hear your instrument with and without the effect. Press the Input select for mic 1. Use the dial to scroll through the different presets. To use the Cosm effects, all you have to do is select the desired preset and make sure the Effects button is lit. That's all. The loop effects let you add effects to tracks that have already been recorded. You can apply two different loop effects at the same time to some or all of your tracks. Press Reverb. Press the Track Select button to choose the track. Use the dial to set the amount of track going to the reverb. To change the characteristics of the effect, press the Reverb button again. Use the cursors and the dial to make changes. Follow these same steps to use the chorus delay processor. When you're finished, press Exit to return to the main display. The BR-1180 is a multi-track recorder. Before recording your multi-track song to a CD, the tracks must all be mixed down to 2 stereo tracks. This is called track bouncing. Track bouncing combines and mixes all the tracks onto 2 others, which takes your song one step closer towards becoming a CD. Of course, track bouncing can also be used to mix down multiple drum parts or possibly background vocals to 2 tracks or 1 track as well. To learn about track bouncing and mastering, load the song Superficial IQ. Press Utility. Cursor to Song. Press Enter. Cursor to Select and press Enter. Use the up cursor to select Superficial IQ. Press Enter. The display may show Reload Current. If it does, press Enter. The song will take a moment to load. Before bouncing tracks, spend as much time as you want adjusting the faders, panning, EQ, and effects on each of the tracks of the song. Keep the master fader as high as possible without introducing distortion.
For the mind again, they will.
Press Record Mode to switch the recording mode to Bounce. Tracks 9 and 10 are automatically selected as the recording destination. The 1180 automatically selects the lowest number available V track on 9 and 10 for the destination track. Press 0 to rewind to the top. Press the main record button, then play to begin bouncing. Press Stop. To play back your bounce, lower the faders of tracks 1 through 8 or use the track mute function to mute these tracks. I'd recommend using the mute function so that you can keep the faders in place in case you want to mix the song again with some minor changes. Of course, you can also save your mixer and effect settings using the scene function. Press play to hear the bounce. If you're not satisfied with the results, use the undo command to undo the recording and then try it again. Once tracks have been bounced to a stereo mix, you can master them using the mastering mode and the mastering toolkit in the BR-1180. Mastering will give your song a professional, finished sound. Press the record mode button so the mastering indicator lights. The BR-1180 will automatically select the next available V track under tracks 9 and 10 to master to. You can change this by moving the cursor to the destination, then use the dial to select a different V track. Press the Mastering Toolkit button to call up the Mastering Toolkit selection screen. Use the dial to select a Mastering Toolkit preset. Notice each time you press the Mastering Toolkit button, the Mastering Toolkit is turned on and off. Press Exit to return to the mastering screen. Press play and adjust the volume as tracks 9 and 10 play back. Adjust the fader so that the level meters fluctuate slightly below the maximum level. Press stop, then 0 to rewind to the top. Press the main record button, then play to begin mastering. the song, press stop. When the mastering is finished, the V-tracks on tracks 9 and 10 are automatically switched to ones you selected for mastering, and the mastering toolkit is turned off. Plus, the 1180 brings up the next available V-tracks under faders 1 through 8 so that you can add new material. To hear your mastering tracks, press 0 rewind and then play. To return to regular recording, press the record mode button so that the input indicator is lit. The remaining section of this video covers operations involving the built-in CD burner. To follow along, you'll need to have either the BR-1180CD or a BR-1180 with the optional CDI BR-1 upgrade kit. If you purchased a BR-1180 that does not have the CD burner built in, you can upgrade it easily using this CDI-BR-1 upgrade kit. This upgrade kit is user installable and it only takes minutes to convert your BR-1180 to a CD burning machine. Contact your authorized Boss dealer for pricing and availability of this upgrade kit. Now that we've mastered our song to the mastering tracks, let's burn it to a CD. Put a blank CDR in the CD tray. Press the Audio CD button. Cursor to write, then press Enter. Cursor to track it once, then press Enter. The Audio CD write settings screen appears. Use the time value dial to select the V-tracks that you want to record to the CD. Cursor to go, then press Enter. The message write speed appears. Use the dial to set the write speed to ×8 for the fastest CD burning time, then press Enter. The message write sure appears. Press Enter. As the CD is recording, avoid bumping the BR-1180 or the surface it's sitting on so that it won't vibrate. When the CD is done, the message Finalize appears. Press Enter to finalize the disc so you can play it on any CD player immediately. Note that if you want to keep the disc open so you can add more songs later, then you should press Exit at the Finalize question. But keep in mind you won't be able to play the CD in regular CD players until it has been finalized. When the finalize process is finished, press the Eject button on the CD tray to remove your CD. The CD burner can also save your song in a data format. This is the fastest and easiest way to archive your song. When you back up your song to CD, it keeps all the tracks, all the mixer settings, effect settings, V-tracks, and more. Here's how to back up your song to CD. Put a blank CDR in the tray. Press the Data Save Load button. Cursor to backup, then press Enter. Cursor to Song and press Enter. The song backup screen appears. Cursor to select the song or songs that you want to save and then press Enter for each song. You can also choose all songs by moving the cursor to all and then press Enter. For now, we'll just back up the song Take a Ride. Cursor to go and press Enter. Use the dial to select the CD write speed. Select ×8 for the fastest backup. Press Enter. The message Write Sure appears. Press Enter to begin the CDR backup. If you see the message Save Current, press Enter to save the changes made to the current song. When Complete appears in the display, the backup process is done. After backing up a song to CD, you may want to erase it from the hard drive to get back your recording time. When you back up the song, the CD doesn't automatically remove it from the hard drive. Use Song Erase to erase the song from the drive. The demo songs that came loaded with your BR-1180 were saved using Song Protect. You'll need to turn Song Protect off before you can erase them. Press Utility, cursor to Song, and press Enter. Cursor to Song Protect and press Enter. Press the left cursor to make sure the box is around Off, then press Enter. To erase a song, press Utility, cursor to Song, and press Enter. Cursor to Erase, and press Enter. Cursor to the song you want to erase, and again press Enter. The display shows Erase Song OK. Press Enter. Use the CD burner to recover songs you've backed up to CD. Place the backup CD disc in the tray. Press the Data Save Load button. Cursor to recover, then press Enter. Cursor to Song, and then press Enter. The Song Recover screen appears. Cursor to select the song or songs you want to recover, and then press Enter for each song. To choose all songs, cursor to All, and then press Enter. Then cursor to Go and press Enter again. The recover process begins. When complete appears in the display, the recover process is done. For our next section, we'll learn how to use .wav files in the rhythm guide using the Discrete Drums CD-ROM. For a limited time, the BR-1180CD comes with a free CD-ROM from Discrete Drums. This CD has 7 different styles with several different song sections per style. This section will explain how to use the Discrete Drums files to create your own drum tracks. Let's start by creating a new song. Press Utility, cursor to Song and press Enter. Cursor to New and press Enter. Cursor down to Go and press Enter. The display asks Save Current, press Exit for No. Now we're ready to import the .wav files on the Discrete Drums CD-ROM to the BR-1180's hard drive. Place the Discrete Drums disc into the CD tray. Wait for the CDR drive indicator to stop flashing. Then press Loop Phrase Import. Cursor to Import and press Enter. The list of the different Discrete Drums performances appear. Cursor down to Slam It and press Enter. Cursor to the folder for drums and press Enter. To quickly import all the files in this folder, cursor to All and then press Enter. Use the dial to select a bank, A through S, to import the files to. We'll choose Bank A. Move the cursor to Go and press Enter. The BR-1180CD begins to import the files. When complete appears, the import is finished. You can use the track buttons to fly loops right into the rhythm guide in the order you need them for your song. This is a very fast and easy way to build your own drum tracks based on song structure. First, assign different loop phrases to the track buttons. Press Loop Phrase Import, cursor to Button Assign, and press Enter. Use the dial to select Bank A. Then cursor to 001 and use the dial to change this to 005 for the intro. We'll continue to assign the loops to different track buttons as follows. Track 2, A6, verse. Track 3, A4 for the fill. Track 4, A2 for the bridge. Track 5, A1, break. Track 6, A3, end crash. To hear a loop, simply press the track button under each fader. Press the button again to turn the loop off. Now we're ready to fly these loops into the rhythm guide using a process called step sequencing. It's really easy to do. Just decide on your song structure and then press the track buttons in the order that you need the sections. If you know how to dial a phone, you can make your own drum tracks quickly and easily. The sections of each part of the Discrete Drums loops are assigned to the track buttons as follows. Button 1 is the intro, button 2 is the verse, button 3 is the fill, button 4 is the bridge, button 5 is the break, and button 6 is the end. Next, set the tempo for this new song. Press Edit above the rhythm guide fader, cursor to BPM, and use the dial to change this to 136. To turn down the rhythm range, Move the cursor to the 100 underneath the letters RHY and use the dial to set this to 0. This turns the volume of the built-in PCM drum sounds all the way down, so all you'll hear are the dot wave drums. Cursor to edit, then press enter. Cursor to the loop pattern selection area on the screen. Press 0 to rewind to the beginning of the song. Press the track buttons in the following order: 1, 2, 2 again, 3, 4, 2, and then 2, 5, 4, 3, and then 6 for the ending. Notice that the BR-1180 has automatically filled in the patterns you wanted in the rhythm guide. Press the on-off button once so it is blinking. Press 0 and then play. And make sure the fader for the rhythm guide is up. Press exit to return to the main screen. So now you know the basic workings of the BR-1180. Please check the owner's manual for lots of other cool features. And feel free to experiment with all these tools. For example, try some different mix ideas. Just use the scene function to save and compare them. Try some editing. Maybe the guitar part in the first chorus is perfect. Try copying it to a later section of the song. It's perfectly safe because your original audio is just an undo away. Try different mixes using different mastering toolkit presets and burn each mix as a track on a CD. It's a great way to learn about how your mixes sound. Your creativity will be your only limiting factor. The quality, power, and flexibility of the BR-1180 can really help you make great sounding music. Have fun.
Looking to get some additional help on your Roland or Boss product? Then why not give the Roland Product Support Department a call? Our product support team includes over 25 full-time specialists, and all of them are working musicians and engineers. When you call, they'll have Roland's most current and popular instruments right in front of them, so they can walk you through all your questions step by step. For the best and most thorough product support in the industry, call 323-890-3700 Monday through Friday between the hours of 8:30 a.m. and 5 p.m. Pacific Time. After you hear the prompt, dial 2482 for recording, 2463 for keyboards, 2498 for guitar and percussion, and 2490 for digital mixers and sound cards. In addition to our product support department, Roland has made a wealth of information available on the Roland website, www.rolandus.com. There you'll find a database of thousands of frequently asked questions, software updates, supplemental notes on specific products with specific applications, turbo start documents, and product information. If you don't have access to the web, support documents are also available via the Roland Faxback system. Faxback is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Just call 323-890-3780 and follow the prompts. So remember, from digital recording to keyboards, guitar products, electronic percussion, and groove gear, whether you prefer the telephone, the internet, or your fax machine, Roland and Boss Product Support is here to help.